Um, so I'm Mario Freeze with Akasha Counseling, and what I'm going to go through today first is I'm going to kind of go over the things that you guys gave me were things about your values first. And so if you think about values as being like your moral compass, or your life compass, not your moral compass, your life compass. They're things that you can always go back to and that will guide you. So these were things like freedom and financial freedom, adventure, integrity, leadership, family, living life to its fullest, faith, honesty, kindness, providing value, the ability to travel or relax, success, hard work, acceptance, creativity, resolve, love, treating others with respect, being well recognized. So there are things that get in the way of us living by our values, and this is oftentimes what brings people in is when they're not living by their values, or things are getting in the way, like unhelpful thoughts. So you guys gave me some of these unhelpful thoughts. Some of them were more concepts, so I had to kind of turn them into thoughts. So I hope I captured them accurately. I'm not being effective or helping my client enough. If I become successful, I may be busier than ever and become overwhelmed. I'm going to fail. People are idiots, they don't get my work. It sucks if only I was doing something I actually cared about. I'm afraid to be rejected. People don't like the things that I plan, so I just won't plan things. I'll never be as talented or as outgoing as my competition. What if I take on a client I don't know how to help and they fire me? It's too expensive, I can't afford it. I'll just mess it up. I'm a loser. I'm not good enough to be what I want to be. I'm exhausted. I have no control over how much I work. I work too much. I'll always be exhausted. I want more clients but don't think I can keep up. I don't have enough time. I don't feel like serving people today. I want to just be by myself. I'm not good enough. That client didn't return my call, email, or didn't sign up with me. I don't feel confident anymore. And I hate my job. No, unfortunately. So I asked you guys, what happens when these thoughts come up? What do you end up doing? Oh, sorry. The other thing was like money woes, obsessing about past relationships, things that just kind of get in the way. So when I believe these thoughts, when I buy into them, this is what happens. I get overwhelmed and shut down. I procrastinate, spin my wheels, I rush through my work, I distract with social media, I make personal calls, I work on personal projects, maybe I research vacations, or do laundry. I make a list of things that don't need to get done, I never address the list. Oh, this was a graphic I was supposed to show you. What road you end up taking. One is kind of the same old road you get on versus the road that's based on your values. I give in to temptation as long as I'm not affected. I sit and dwell on the thoughts. I watch TV. I clean things that don't need to be cleaned. Stressing and end up doing nothing, making the stress worse. I run out of time to go to sleep. Get quiet and resign. Become paralyzed, freeze, unresponsive. My heart rate increases. I feel like I want to throw up. I get frustrated. I do busy work. I drink. Or I smoke weed, binge, watch Netflix. So if I could have my volunteers up here with your chairs, we're going to demonstrate to you what you do with this stuff. Let's go that way. So, what we've got here is Mr. Business. He is a businessman, and he is driving down the road of his values. Things like family, integrity, freedom, and hard work. These are his values. So, Mr. Business, you're embarking on something new, right? And it's kind of maybe a little riskier, a little overwhelming, or a little scary. And some unhelpful thoughts start to come up. Let's hear what those thoughts are.
Not being effective enough.
You don't have the time or money.
You'll never be as good as your competition.
You're going to fail.
So what are you going to do with those thoughts? How does that feel to have all those thoughts?
Feels awful.
Feels awful. So one option is you can turn to your distractions, right?
Dude, Dude, did you see the new season of House of Cards on Netflix? Oh my gosh, it is incredible. And what about that picture of Isaac with Arnold Schwarzenegger on Facebook? And then, dude, the internet is just there. Don't forget your private browser this time, no problem.
So, do you want to drive down that same old road?
No, it doesn't sound, very distracting.
What happens if you do drive down that same old road? Let's hear what happens to your thoughts.
Well, this is probably why you're not effective enough.
Well, now you really don't have the time or money. Good job.
Yeah, well, your competition probably works a lot harder than you. They don't let themselves get distracted.
And there you go, setting yourself up for failure.
So, engaging in those distractions sometimes is nice, right? You can kind of shut down, you can kind of tune out and just relax. But then all of these negative thoughts come up, right? They're super unhelpful. You feel even less motivated. So what else could you do with those thoughts?
Oh, well, I could choose to argue with them.
Okay, give that a try.
I'm not lazy. I'm working as hard as I can.
Yeah, well, a few memories of times you were effective doesn't make up for all those times like now.
Damn, beat that.
When's the last time you felt you had enough time, money? Exactly.
Yeah, doubtful. Your competition will always be ahead. Besides, don't you like it that way?
Don't you remember this time and that time when you tried that new idea and completely failed? How embarrassing. Don't do that to us again or we'll have more of us and we'll just take over.
So all of these thoughts are like these passengers on this bus, right? Mr. Business is driving this bus down this road and all these passengers are here. And he doesn't get to control who gets on the bus, right? Just like we don't get to control what thoughts we have. And he doesn't get to control who gets off the bus. And so what we try to do is we try to negotiate with these passengers. We try to argue with them. We try to get rid of them. What's the next thing you might try?
Just getting them off the bus.
Get them off the bus?
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
I don't think it's going to work out so well.
Okay, so you're trying to kick them off, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens when you try to get rid of those thoughts.
Not being effective enough.
You don't have the time or money.
You'll never be as good as your competition.
You're going to fail.
So they're still there, right? You don't get to get rid of them. But the thing is, we often tell ourselves we need to get rid of these thoughts before we're going to change, before we're going to work on our goals, before we're going to live by our values. So is there anything else that you could do to try to get rid of them?
I don't know. They're already there.
They're already there, right? They've been there for a long time.
Yeah.
You might have had these passengers your whole life. So what if you focus on your values? Hard work, freedom, integrity, and family. Could you try to stay on this road of your values with these passengers on your bus?
Yeah. I think that they'd be quieter.
They'd be quieter.
Down the Oh, man.
But still focus on your values.
Yeah.
Stay up
Yeah,
here, stay up here. So you're not getting distracted by House of Cards and Facebook and the internet, and you're not getting distracted by all of these thoughts that want to pull you off of that road of your values, right? They might never go away. Oh, and that's really the end. Okay.